Welcome, dreamers, to the part 2 video of the Christmas Castle / Lodge build. Happy Saturday, and thank you so much to everybody who participated in yesterday's video. We're gonna go over the adventure that myself and other DreamWorld players went on this Friday, but before we do that, quick reminder that DreamWorld is available in early access currently. In the description, there's a link to the DreamWorld website where you can go to and you can get our free trial, which will allow you to try the game before you buy it. And if you like what you play in the free trial, the game is available for purchase on the website as well. Again, link in the description for all that. But you'll remember in Wednesday's video, we started, part 1 of this castle lodge build in the mountains. Me and Zeal got a pretty good foundation and, framework for the build down. And while we didn't finish the build, we made some pretty good progress on it and made a lot of different sections of this area. And today we added a pretty important piece with the DreamWorld community to this Christmas castle and lodge. So let's get right into exploring what we did yesterday in DreamWorld. Start off the adventure, we congregated at the city square. This is where we would meet for the event, and we would basically all get ready, and then we would head over together as a group to the area which we built our Christmas castle. We all made sure to get up on a horseback, some mounts, and once we had everybody ready at the city square, we got right to going over to the spot. We rode across the island of Elysium and the plains up there, and then we actually jumped off the island, avoiding the downdrafts. I actually got caught in it, so, I didn't get as cool of a look as the comets up here as the rest of the people did. But eventually we made our way to a staircase that had been built to actually access the lodge a lot easier. You could now travel through the mountains on this long staircase to get to the lodge itself. No more climbing the mountains. And along the way, we even got to showcase one of the comets that almost landed right on the path, but luckily avoided it. But boom! Right into the side of the mountain the comet went, that amazing stream of purple and orange light. We got to witness what is called a golden rabbit. They're rare in DreamWorld. This is the first time I've actually ever seen one. If you're actually able to kill a golden rabbit, you can get some special loot. You'll see what it is in a second. That's right, doubloons and grass are what you're gonna find on these rabbits. And look at that, we even had a second one appear on the path. I know, I was a bit of an evil guy. I hit the rabbit, it ran away. Oh well. Eventually, though, we got to this long bridge, which at the end of it lay the Christmas Lodge, which is just as we remember it. We got there just as the sun was starting to rise in the sky and the comets were just finishing falling down to the earth. Gotta admit, this porch was a great idea. Look at this view as the sun's rising in the sky. Do not regret building that porch in the slightest. I knew it was gonna be a good idea. But now that we were all here, we got right to getting to our build for today's video. That's right, we terraformed a pole up from the ground through this little section where the fencing is, and we put a tree down. This is gonna be the Christmas tree for the castle. Today's build, which everyone is now here for, is going to be to decorate this Christmas tree. But before we do that, let's make sure to light this reliquary real quick. So we're all here, we've claimed our dream essence for the build, now let's get right to decorating. Right away, people got to putting some spears down to act as ornaments and even some little arches here that would act as garland later. I got right to organizing my hotbar, which was gonna basically comprise of all my Christmas themed assets, my candy canes, my gingerbread men, my bows, and even my Christmas stockings. However, I also added a sphere building asset because I like the idea that everyone else is using to use the spears as ornaments. But right off the bat, I'm gonna use these golden bows. At least I selected gold eventually. I was a little torn on what resource to use, but For the bows, I didn't have the crystals needed to make them at their default skin, so I used gold instead. Polished gold, that is. I got right to putting these bows across the tree at different, areas. I love decorating Christmas trees in real life, so I took some inspiration from that when I was doing this build. Even used some of my smelted white crystals to actually get up in elevation to decorate the higher parts of the build. I then got to using spheres to put some, polished gold ornaments down, but I also experimented with other assets as well. But I wasn't sure which one to use yet, so for now I just stuck with gold, but you'll see ornament colors come in later that are different. I also took some happy gingerbread men and put them around the branches of the tree, kind of like they're, hanging from the trees. It took a lot of finagling. I wanted to get it perfect, but I eventually got the gingerbread man placed perfectly on one of the branches to where they looked like they were hanging, like they were an ornament. Taking a look at the tree so far, it was looking pretty good, some basic decorations, even some presents in the front, including a meat box. These present boxes are actually assets you can get in DreamWorld as you play. While people were decorating the tree, I went around this little fencing area and also put some candy canes down. Just some extra decoration for the build. I put the purple ones in the back and then the green ones in the front. I then used more smelted white crystals to fly up to the top of the tree to put some more bows on, and also went down to a little base around the tree to put some stockings around the base of it. Needed somewhere to put some, player stockings for stocking stuffers, and this was the perfect place to do it. Since we were running out of smelted white crystals, we constructed this scaffolding to make it easier to climb up and then also get decorations on the top of the tree because the bottom was, pretty much full out. It was here that I added more gingerbread men to the, branches of the actual tree. We needed more decorations to fill in. I then got a bit sneaky and added a golden onion into the tree. No one noticed here, but now someone's gonna notice. I then went back to the candy cane pillars and added some pinewood candles on them, just for a little bit extra design. It was here that someone started constructing the star on top of the tree. Every tree needs a star on top, or at least some sort of ornament decoration, and I tried to get a sneak peek of it, but as you'll see in a second, I was quickly denied. It was supposed to be a secret, so we'll have to wait till the end of the video to see that. Taking a look here though, the garland on the tree is now being made even more wrapped around it. It's coming out pretty good, and then we also have this meat box now has a sign on it. If you can't read it, it says don't open the meat box, so we're not going to. It's here that I got more experimental with the ornaments. I did some red berry ornaments as the texture for that had been updated recently. Someone then tried to put a massive statue head near the tree, which I commend them for doing so, but actually what happened with that turned out pretty cool. We'll see it in a bit. For now though, let's add some more red berry ornaments to the tree. Looking at the present boxes, we see an actual jack box has been added to the base of the tree, which turned out actually pretty accurate, to be honest. And then the meat box grew hands. Apparently, the hands were added to the tree to make it even more creepy, as if it wasn't creepy enough before. But taking a look at the tree, it's actually turning out to be pretty good. I mean, lots of different ornaments here, different assets, different textures, different resources, all shining. You know, this is kind of the light, the bright light in the castle. As we look over here, we even see a little snowman being built on the side over here. I don't think it was kept by the end of the build, but it was a pretty cool idea. And going back to the meat box, it is now turned into an abomination of a creature, but I have to say it still looks pretty cool. It even got a little top hat put on top of it here. Here's someone tried to add a pumpkin to the tree, which was not gonna happen. It's way too big, but I commend their efforts. Around halfway through the build, we started to discover different assets that would be good for making ornaments. One was this half pillar asset, which went really well when blended with the berry resources. I put plenty of those in the branches of the tree, you know, red berry and blueberry ornaments. I also experimented with this Japanese gravestone and this ancient stone statue piece. When shrunken down, they looked pretty decent as ornaments, especially with, you know, different textures and different resources playing around with them. Let's take another look at the garland. There has been some seaweed resource put into this garland, and I have to say it looks pretty good, especially combined with the mistletoes. We wrapped it all the way around the base of the tree. I think it came out pretty cool. I mean, you can judge it for yourself though right here. And in one of the other wings, we see that the Jewish Star of David has been actually constructed here with a cool little, looks like a crystal resource. Yeah, you know, we got Christmas and Hanukkah symbols all throughout the hall. Going back to the front of the build, we see that some garland has been constructed in the front entryway. This was a project that would be worked on for a while. Looking closer at the presents though, I just want to go over the different detail in all of them. Again, these are assets you can change the textures for in the game right now. I found this golden present to be particularly cool. Going back to the front of the castle, we see that, you know, some assets have been put on the walls. We didn't keep a lot of them, but some experimentation was going on here. But here's how the tree looks so far. All the different ornaments, the presents in the front, it was turning out pretty good. I made the mistake, though, of standing still here and got turned into a mistletoe monster. I don't know how this looked from the other side, but it was weird to be, you know, on the receiving end of it. Going back to the front garland in the entryway, though, we can see that mistletoe has been put on it. It's looking pretty cool, with some crystal resources used on the asset to make it a little, like, shiny and glimmering. I then climbed up the tree so we could get an inside look at all the ornaments and how they look inside of the tree. You know, I'd say we did a pretty good job filling in all the gaps with the decorating. The garland in the front was then finished. Over here, we put some pillars constructing to the top. It would just have to be adjusted a little bit later on, you know, making sure that the garland evenly aligned and connected to both sides of the walls. But we got it to look pretty good. Now all that was left was to add the finishing touches before we revealed the star, you know. Zeal over here was putting some mistletoe on the top of the tree. And then I took a look at, you know, everything from the outside, you know, the sun glimmering down on the castle. I just thought that this scene looked really pretty. I had to share it with y'all. Back in the build around these pillars I put in part 1, we see Tarnatok doing some interesting garland wrapping around them using pipe resources and, shrunken ornaments. And then back under the tree, we have a teddy bear present, alongside the meat box, to kind of offset the creepiness. We have a little bit of cuteness. Your presents were put towards the back of the tree as well, save the best for last. But finally, the star was unveiled at the end of the build, a nice big golden star at the top of the tree. Really good work done there. And overall, the whole hour of decorating the tree came out pretty good, I would say. All we had to do now is add some finishing touches to the back top of the tree that was left kind of barren, but we fixed that right up. Just as we did so too, a comet impacted the mountain pretty close to us, but luckily didn't knock down the castle. That would have been bad. But there you go, that was our Christmas castle build. This is how it turned out. Many thanks to those that participated in the build. Lots of cool garland, lots of different ornaments were put on. Great job to everyone that participated in the Friday meetup. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And again, remember to go down to the description to get the link for our website. Head there if you want to give DreamWorld a try for yourself. We hope to see you at Friday events in the future just like this one. And as usual, have an amazing day, dreamers. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.